Girls, today we're going to learn to find unknown lengths in a non-right angle triangle. Okay? If you wanted to find the unknown lengths or angle in a right triangle, you use SOHCAHTOA like we've been doing. But if you get a question like 2b, yeah, you can clearly see that's a non-right angle triangle, right? We have to use a sine rule, and I'll explain why this is the rule later on, but for now let's just learn how to use it, okay? Girls, the sine rule comes as 3 ratios, but when you actually apply it, you really only use 2 fractions, okay? And I'll teach you how to use it. So here's the setup. So looking at this triangle, we're looking for b, right? So write the unknown letter on top, and the angle directly opposite to that is 123. What you write underneath that is sine 123. Okay? Now, that length, the other length, write it on the other side of the fraction, and the angle opposite to that, write it at the bottom of that, but with sine. Because we're looking for b, what do I have to do to that? Multiply it to the other side because we want to make b by itself, because that's our question, find b. Does that make sense? Yeah. So the answer is, you can write, if you multiply it on top, that's 6 sine 123 degrees over sine 25. And if you put this in the calculator, that will get you the answer, 11.91. Okay. So everything's, it doesn't say, you just say units. In the calculator, when you put the angle, it doesn't automatically have the bracket at the end. You have to actually press the end of the bracket yourself.
11.9.
Yeah, because if you don't put the bracket, you will say math error. Okay? Yeah. Now, we're going to do the same thing for question 2G. So I'm going to set it up once again. But the reason why I want to go through this, okay, so our unknown is k. Yep, so I'm going to write k on top. But the problem with this one, the angle opposite to that doesn't exist. So you have to figure it out. So in order to do that, girls, angle sum of a triangle adds up to 180. So to find that, that would be 180 minus 67 minus 72. Is that 41?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is 41. So that, girls, is the angle you would write at the bottom of k. So sine 41. Okay, now we've got this length, 8.4, which is linked to 67. So write 8.4 on top, sine 67. And it's the same thing, multiply that across to the other side. So k is equal to 8.4 times sine 41 over sine 67. And if you put that in the calculator, someone give me the answer, please.
5.99.
So 6 point. I'll just write 6. 6 units. 6 meters, 6 kilometers, whatever it may be. Okay, so that's how you use sine rule. All right, girls, let's have a look at question 6, where we're going to mix bearings with sine rule we just learned now. To avoid a swamp, Jacinta runs 70 meters along a bearing of 50 degrees. So what they're saying is, girls, Jacinta starts here and runs 70 meters on a bearing of 50 degrees. Girls, they've given you the bearing of 50, so that line has to be the 70 meters, even if they haven't given it to you. Make sense so far? And that's where she is now, at V. She then turns and runs to W on a bearing of 120, which they've given you. So she's here now. And if W is directly east of U, find the angle UVW. So find UVW. So I'll just write 70 here. They want you to find that angle. Okay? And this is a very typical exam question. They always ask you to find the middle angle. And the trick is to do this. Always see that north line? Yeah, continue it all the way down. And the reason why I want to do that is because, look at that. Yeah? If that's 50, this is also 50 because of alternate angles. See the Z?
Yes.
Yeah? Now, similarly, girls, for this side, all the way up until is 120, but we know all the way to here.
60.
Yeah, it's 60 because, 120 plus 60 makes 180. So therefore, angle UVW is equal to 50 plus 60, and that's 110 degrees. Okay? So I'm just going to rub this out now and write 110 degrees. The reason why they wanted you to find that, girls, is for question B. Calculate UW, so that's these two lengths, let's call that x. All right? So let me draw out the triangle out separately and you'll see what we need to do.
Okay.
So it's the same problem as what I've just previously done. From here, what else do I know?
You know
What?
40.
70? Yeah. Yeah. Now, to use sine rule, obviously it's a non-right angle triangle. That's the first thing you've got to ask yourself. Is it a non-right angle triangle? Yep. So that matches with that. But we've got this, but there's nothing there or here. But we can find out. Yeah, we know this is 40 degrees because it's 50 here. And if you go all the way here, that's 90 degrees. So 90 take away 50 gives you 40. And then we can find that out by doing
30.
yeah, 180 take away 110 take away 40.
Mental maths.
Yeah, I'm not good at mental maths, so I'm going to write it out.
30.
30. Okay, now we can use a sine rule. Okay, two fractions. The unknown goes on top, which is opposite to 110. And then we've got 70, which matches with that.
That's yellow.
Okay, and you know what to do. Times, what do I do now?
70 times.
Yeah, times that across. So x is equal to 70 times 110.
Wow.
And if you put that in the calculator, someone give me the answer, please. 131.6.
Yes. Unless I did it wrong.
Okay, kilometers, meters. Okay? Do we understand this? Any questions so far? All right, let's have a look. The angle of elevation of a tower from point L. So from point L, if you look up to the tower, it's 62 degrees as shown. Now from a point K, from this point, which is 50 meters further from the tower. So if you're at L and you walk 50 meters to the left, and you look up to the tower, it's now 47 degrees. First question, use the sine rule in triangle KTL. So in this triangle KTL, that's what they want you to focus on. Show that the length TL is that expression. So in other words, find x. Okay, so let's start. So this matches with that angle. Okay, now I got this length, which requires that angle, which we can find out. How do we find that out? Well, let's find that out first. 180 take away 62. Yep, that's obvious. So then this one is 118. Can someone give me the answer for the remaining angle? 15? Yeah. Okay, we can see it there, it's 15. All right, so that one's pretty straightforward, as you can see. So, what am I writing on top? What are we looking for? X, which is related to? What's?
47. 50. Just sine 15.
Yeah, and can you see that if I now multiply that across, I'll get that expression. Yeah? So, yeah, write that after, but to save space, I won't. But you know what to do.
141.3.
So that is 141.3. Okay. All right. Now, girls, there are 3 more questions. Please pay attention. Let the height of the tower be h. So that's the tower. All right. In the right angle triangle LMT, so we're looking at this triangle now. Okay. Show that TL is equal to h over sine 62. That looks pretty straightforward, but I'll show you anyway. I can rub all of this bit out now. So I'll rub everything out. So let's focus on this triangle like the question wants. Okay, so that's a right angle. TL, that's, what does that represent? Hypotenuse, opposite, or adjacent?
Hypotenuse.
Yeah, hypotenuse. Yeah, girls, remember if it's a right triangle, we're using SOHCAHTOA. H is opposite?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that means for this question, sine 62 is equal to opposite of adjacent. So that's h over, but what does this what does the hypotenuse represent in this case?
TL.
Yeah, TL.
Why are we doing sine? Oh, it's just normal trig.
Yeah, it's a right angle triangle, so it's normal SOHCAHTOA.
So you have.
So,
We already found one of them TL, I think.
if you multiply that across, I get TL sine 62 is equal to h. So h is equal to,
TL.
oh sorry, TL is equal to, oh yeah, thank you. So So TL is equal to H over sine 62. Yeah. Okay? All right, so that's this done. We've proven that. Now, hence show that the H is 50 sine 47 sine 62 over sine 15.
My head hurts. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Because TL equals to that.
Yeah. So they want you to find H, but as an expression, not the actual number.
Okay.
Yeah. So from just that, let's take it over here. So H is equal to, but what's TL? TL, not in terms of numbers, the expression is all that. That's what they want you to do. See that long expression? So they want you to use the previous part. So I'm going to replace this TL with that because that's what TL is equal to, like we've answered. So we've got 50 sine 47 over sine 15. So I've just written that, and I need to write or times that next to it. Do you get it?
Yeah.
Basically once. If you multiply something with a fraction, you're just putting it on top. Okay? And that is basically what the answer wants. Tricky thing with this type of question is they don't want the actual value. They want expression. That's what you got to be able to do. All right? And hence calculate the height of the tower. All they want you to do is basically put all of this in the calculator itself. Yeah? Yeah, I feel like I'm just getting blank faces. I'll just assume you guys understood it.
Yeah, we understand.
Okay. All right, that's it from me. Yeah. Thanks, girls. No, not bad.